He only hunted when the Cape Town rain poured down in sheets. Between 1992 and 1996, a ghost in a car cruised the wet streets of the mother city, targeting the most vulnerable, street sex workers trying to make a living under flickering streetlights and 3 innocent domestic workers who simply crossed his path at the wrong moment. 16 prostitutes and 3 domestic workers, 19 lives brutally cut short. His method was chillingly consistent and ice-cold calculated. He would offer a lift on those freezing, rainy nights when fewer clients were out and the women were desperate for any fare. Once they were inside his vehicle, the trap snapped shut. He strangled them with ferocious speed and strength, most likely with his bare hands or a ligature, right there in the car. Forensic reports later revealed petechial hemorrhaging, broken hyoid bones, and the unmistakable signs of manual or ligature strangulation. But here's what makes this monster stand out among South Africa's long list of serial killers: not one victim was sexually assaulted. 0 evidence of rape, 0 semen, 0 sexual motive in the conventional sense. Yet after killing them, he went to extraordinary lengths to sexually stage the corpses. He posed the bodies in degrading, exposed positions, legs spread, underwear removed or torn, sometimes with clothing arranged to mimic a sexual act that never actually happened. He wanted the world to believe these women died during a violent sexual encounter. He wanted the police to chase a phantom rapist murderer while the real reason for his killings remained hidden in his twisted psyche. Police believe he pre-selected dump sites in advance: lonely patches of bush along the N2, deserted areas near railway lines, open fields in townships such as Delft, Blue Downs, and Mitchell's Plain. Some bodies were found within hours, others only after days when the Cape Town wind carried the smell of death to passers-by. Despite one of the biggest manhunts in Western Cape history, involving hundreds of police officers, thousands of statements, and countless suspect interviews, the man the media dubbed the Cape Town Prostitute Killer, or the Cape Town Strangler, was never caught. Detectives built a profile, likely a white or colored male, aged 25 to 40 at the time, middle class, familiar with Cape Town's roads, possibly married or in a stable relationship, to explain the complete absence of sexual assault and driven by pure hatred or a god complex rather than sexual gratification. Some psychologists suggested he may have been impotent or suffered severe sexual dysfunction, channeling his rage into murder and post-mortem staging. Suspects came and went. A taxi driver. A security guard. Even a policeman. DNA technology in the 1990s was in its infancy in South Africa, and crucial evidence was lost, contaminated, or simply never collected properly. By the time modern DNA techniques became available, many of the original samples had degraded beyond use. The killings suddenly stopped in 1996. Did he die? Move away? Get imprisoned for another crime? Or is he still out there, walking the streets of Cape Town, watching the rain fall, remembering the night he took 19 lives and walked free? For almost 30 years the families have waited. For almost 30 years the survivors of Cape Town streets have whispered his name when the winter rain starts hammering down again. He remains one of South Africa's most elusive and disturbing serial killers, a man who killed without raping, staged without touching, and vanished without a trace. The rain still falls on Cape Town. Some say on certain nights you can almost feel him watching.